So what made you not to give up?
My mom.
Okay.
When number one, fan wangu, I'm always calling her or referring to her as my idol. We never went for nomination. We as a party, as Jubilee, it was an agreement. And because you are young, tukaambiwa sasa nyinyi bado mko na this energy, you have that time, maybe by next time. What we do, tuachie tumoja. And the ticket was given to somebody.
So how do someone get to know this is it? This is what Nikifocus hapa na mkini support guys. Yeah.
Associate yourself with the friends who can tell you that Kerry unaweza kufanya comedy moja hatari. Kerry yenyewe wewe ukishika mic unaua kuua.
This is another video you're getting from us, the Urban Online Show. Thank you for being faithful viewers. So far, we have 2 videos up and I'm really loving the engagements. So, as you know, we bring in voices of young people from urban spaces, right? And today I want us to look into the life of a young person, obviously, from informal urban spaces. So with me is Kerry. Okay, I know him as Kerry, but he's going to tell us his name because I hear a lot of names here and there. So Kerry, welcome.
Great, and I appreciate. Yes,
who are you? When nani? Jina lako halisi.
Ya kuzaliwa mahalisi. Unajua kuna jina ya kuzaliwa na halisi.
Okay, jina lako ni gani? Wewe yenye mzazi wako alikupea.
Wambono Otieno Kerry.
Okay.
Otieno Kerry Ochieng Magero.
Unaitwa Guys, I didn't know it's called Unaitwa Ochieng.
Yeah, but I don't like it anyway.
Why?
That's why I prefer Otieno Kerry.
Why don't you like?
Not really jina upendangi. Exactly.
But now I know. Now I know. I think that is a bad thing. So I'll be calling you Kerry Ochieng.
Not in public. I'll assume you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Kerry Ochieng.
Yes.
Tell us. I want to dive deep into your background kidogo. Kerry ni nani? Umetoka wapi? Kwa wale wakujui.
Kwa wale wanijui, they I just started early on. I was born Otieno Kerry Ochieng Magero. Now, this is just an individual, a person, or a character. Let me not say that I was born in Mathare, exactly, but I found myself in the informal settlement, that is in Mathare.
Okay.
Exactly, and that's where my journey starts or begins. Yeah.
So you found yourself in Mathare?
I found myself in Mathare.
You are not born in Mathare.
Don't
lie. Okay.
That's why I'm using the word I found myself.
You found yourself. Yeah. But I think there is ile ownership. Unakuwa proud kusema mimi nimezaliwa Mathare, nimegrow Mathare.
Exactly. Niko na hiyo ownership.
Okay.
Mimi boy wa ghetto, boy wa Mathare.
Okay.
Exactly. So I have that ownership because first, for you to have that ownership, there's that one step. You must accept yourself, accept where you come from. Exactly.
Childhood ilikuwaje, Kerry?
Childhood imekuwa na challenges mob, but again tumejaribu tukajitoa for that slavery. It could be either mental slavery, friendship slavery. Yeah, so childhood it has got a lot to do because in childhood ndio mostly in Mathare and other slums.
Yeah.
Now let me just talk about in Mathare. Yeah. My childhood has not been that friendly because here's where you're exposed to different kind of characters and a different kind of attitude of people. One being crime, drug abuse, early pregnancy, and also teenage pregnancy. Exactly. So you as an individual, you got the ability to choose your path.
Okay.
Exactly.
So before choosing paths, you are born Otieno Kerry,
yep.
But on the streets, how much should I say, people know you as Kerry Kaka?
Exactly.
Where did that come from and what does it mean to you? Is there a personal story that led to you to now start using Kerry Kaka as a name?
Wow, that's great. Now, Kerry Kaka is a brand.
Okay.
I do say it's a brand. It's not, I don't want to take it like my name because I'll be a little bit selfish anyway. So Kerry Kaka is a brand. And I started way back when I was in high school. Yes, so when joining high school, I used to call myself Madiba.
Madiba.
Madiba is a third name to the great Nelson Mandela.
Okay, yes.
Exactly. I used to call myself Madiba because of the leadership structure that I used to have and all that, and how I believed myself that at least even one day, one time I'll lead this nation. So Madiba was my role model.
Okay.
But again, proceeding on with the high school, wherever, in Form 3, things changed. And nikabadilisha jina because of role model. Nilikuwa na angalia sana mtu kama King Kaka because of the story. And also, I think we had maybe kind of the same story. Yeye kuzaliwa ghetto na bring up and making himself like a brand of himself. Na pia nilikuwa nafanya spoken words. So nika drop Madiba.
So like you are a broke version of King Kaka.
Let me say so.
Okay.
Yeah, so nika drop down Madiba. Though in my socials, if you look at the FB, that Madiba is used. But I dropped Madiba and now I had to decide. Like, as much as I'm calling these all names, I need to have one brand. Because story ya brand now nilianza kitambo.
Okay.
Exactly. Because nilishajijua. Nikitoka ghetto, kujoin high school, nilikuwa najua niko good in this talent, I'm good in this gift, these hobbies. So nikienda high school, kukamilisha tu masomo na nini, but I had known myself that I have this strength. So nilikuwa nimeshaji kwa akili nilikuwa nimeshaweka stand that I can do this, I cannot do this.
Okay.
So what I wanted to build is a brand, and that's where Kerry Kaka comes to. So kutoka Form 3 Kerry Kaka. Then from high school nikajoin sa streets. Pia nikaendelea na masomo zangu 1-2. So I came and please realize this Kerry Kaka inaweza fanya nini kwa mtaa, inaweza deliver what kind of services, what kind of business as a brand. Exactly. And that's when I ikaza Kerry Kaka Arena. Yeah.
So kuna Kerry Kaka Arena.
Yeah.
Okay, nitarudi hapo kidogo. Sasa juu ulisema ulikuwa wewe ni vitu mingi ulikuwa naweza fanya spoken word. I'm also a fan of King Kaka, but kama ulikuwa nasoma high school na mimi, you know the story.
Basa.
Yeah. So ulikuwa unajua ile kitu unaweza fanya spoken word talents umenini. Sasa saizi Kerry Kaka umefocus na nini sana?
Kerry Kaka sasa nimefocus na one ni, let me say, building my business in brand.
Okay.
Exactly. And if I say building my business as a brand, I mean a brand can be either a firm, a company that at least is included in many things.
Yeah.
Mimi mtu najitambua. Let me use the word kujitambua. Exactly. It has some audacity in it. Mimi mtu najitambua. I know I can do a certain thing. I know I can do this and this. I have the courage, the confidence. And that's why I can't just dwell in. Naweza kuwa MC mpoa. Can be a corporate MC. Na siwezi kuwa an hype man. Get that? Exactly. And that's why, again, I can't also just minimize on that field that I can be a fashion designer and I cannot be a tailor. Exactly. Because as days goes by, we learn each and every day. Yeah. And I believe that sikuwa nataka hii akili kwa pamoja like unaweza fanya nini peke yake, hapana. I can do a lot of things. But mostly zile naweza sema like I'm good in kwa mic, I'm good in many.
So stories are MCing.
Kabisa, corporate MC.
Oh, corporate.
Corporate MC, exactly.
To be specific.
Corporate MC,
okay.
Yeah. Exactly. And then I'm also good in also, I'm a comedian, by the way.
Comedian.
But then I'll take it from my fans wangu, because wanasema unahanga comedian.
Also,
Comedian.
Kuna watu wanakuambia wewe ni funny.
Kuna watu wanasema exactly.
Kama ni wasichana si kweli. Anyway, if comedian.
Yeah, comedian.
Yeah.
I'm a spoken word artist.
Okay.
I'm a script writer. Yes, I can. Those are things that I can say I'm more solid on those. Like hizo naweza kufanyia best.
So corporate MC, yeah. Comedian, which you're being told. Umenini kweli umejaribu kufanya shows kinini ukasikia watu anacheka ama
kwa comedy
ama umeenda church hivi?
Kwa comedy I think nilifanya tu kuna movie tumeshoot kadhaa. So I think that in those.
Yeah, I remember. Exactly. I saw some of those movies on YouTube some times back.
Exactly.
Mbona uliacha kushoot?
In life kuna kunitwanga your target audience and also the time. Exactly.
Oh, umekuwa busy.
Let me not say so nimekuwa busy, but about ku-act, I think inaendanga pia na age fulani unatake a break kidogo and then you look at what inaweza kuwa the best thing to do. Yeah.
Yeah, but I was
a great actor, but again ika pull back kidogo. Yes.
Yeah, nimeziona. People should go and look at them there. Alafu wakuangalie saa yenye umetoka mbali. Mda akiangalia hizo videos na saa hizi. Okay, spoken word, script writing. But I don't know, kama ni mimi na overthink. Sometimes I see you also, if someone is following you, you write about what is happening.
Right.
I'll really want to ask, are you like a blogger or into journalism, or what is that about, or is part of writing? Because writing umesema tu ni script. All right. I think that's can you describe what those are my strengths. Okay.
Professionally, nikianza hata shule, first nikiwa hata form 1 nilikuwa nataka kuwa lawyer. Exactly, but nilikuwa nataka kuwa more so I wanted to be a criminal lawyer. Like because ile mindset imetoka na geto.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Then unajua tu venye kunaendanga. Yes, so I'd focused on journalism.
Okay.
Exactly. And ukinifuata sana unapatanga mi update each and every occurrence. Hiyo ni maandamano.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I do two side. I'm also a blogger. I'm a political blogger. Yes. And how do you call them? A media practitioner.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why did you choose to do blogging on politics?
Ni interest.
Okay.
Self-interest, and then also there's something that inspires me about leaders and also politicians. Exactly. So that's what made me to at least focus on more political, being a political blogger. Yes.
That will lead me to a question on now politics and leadership, and just to get your opinion. Plus, this is now stepping into your politics, because now you're like a blogger, political blogger. I'll say journalism, because now you're focusing on politics. Yes. So political journalist, something like that. But sometimes back I saw a post. I don't know if it was AI generated or it's a real one. I saw a poster of you vying.
That is last time or 2022. It was 2022.
How many times have you vied? I just saw one poster that you are vying to be an MCA sometimes back.
Exactly.
I want to take us there. Is it okay, first, is it a poster that you are aware of? It's an AI generated?
It's a poster that I have knowledge about it.
So you were vying?
Yes, I was vying.
Yes. Alafu nini ukafanyika? Ulinyang'anywa certificate?
Sikunyang'anywa certificate. Now,
because I saw you were vying with you are going with Jubilee, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Na hiyo time kulikuwa na history Jubilee kunyang'anya watu certificate, so
most inafanyikanga kwa
just saying.
No, see, okay, for DM. Now what had happened, I was vying. I had the ambition. Yes. To vie for a seat, also a member of a county representative in Mabatini ward, Mathare constituency.
Okay.
Right? Now, in politics or in a political party, we have different steps. Now, for you to get the finalist approval, for you to now be the flag bearer.
Okay.
Exactly. Now, what had happened? We are many aspirants, so young.
Yeah.
But again, our first meeting, we had the idea, okay, and we are told that there's going to be, I'm searching for that name. They're going to be, there's this name that was commonly used in 2022, whereby now when Jubilee had come into marriage with the ODM, now information of Azimio, if I'm not wrong.
Yes.
Now Azimio was to give us one candidate. You get?
Yeah.
Exactly. So that's that agreement that when that thing happens, then we'll check again. So kind of nikambiwa, you're still young, tupatie mtu mwingine kama Jubilee afanye nini aflagio, because now the discussion was, yes, hiyo marriage itakuwa of that political party, but again watu wa Jubilee wakakataa, wakasema we also need our candidate asimame wapi kama MCA na kama MP. Exactly. So after that all back and push political parties, now Azimio ilikamwa ni presidential ndio mtu mmoja, then deputy natoka this side and this side, and now they'll make on that agreement. So huku chini yote tulikuwa tunapewa that nafasi, and now because we never went for nomination, we as a party, as Jubilee. It was an agreement. And because you are young, tukaambiwa sasa nyinyi bado mko na this energy, you have that time, maybe you vie for next time. What we do, tuachie mtu mmoja. And the ticket was given to somebody. Yeah.
And that's how your dreams were shattered.
I don't think if my dreams were shattered.
I'm just saying. And when you're talking about these political parties and this, I know people are going to judge my knowledge on politics, because right now I don't even really know what happens for you to vie, to get a certificate. Inafika wapi sasa kunyang'anya certificate.
Exactly.
And stuff like that. But I want to ask, from that experience now, mpaka saizi, do you think you'll be able to vie again if given chance?
I've given chance. I think is a question that majority of those who followed me, my fans, friends, do ask. But let me just say that I won't vie again.
Okay.
Exactly.
Why?
It's because of how politics are. I think politics, as much as it was a dirty game, currently is getting more.
Like it's bad.
It's worst, exactly.
Okay, yeah.
And that's why I just want now to focus on my my business.
Okay.
Exactly, and my life and all that. Exactly.
Sasa hiyo period ulikuwa na from ukwe aspirant mpaka sasa useme unataka kuvai, nini lifanya uka feel okay, I really need to do this, ama ulikuwa na vai kwa nini before now sasa we come to realizing that politics it's not for you?
First ilikuwa ambition ndo nivai, like I needed change malikuwa natoka.
Okay.
Exactly. And I needed to bring at least new ideas on how I can assist. So mimi nilikuwa najua kitu nikipata at least naweza leta different ideologies kwa mtaa, and at least make another step also in Mabatini ward. Again, after that all sequence of political games and all that, that time now unajita mkutano, then you say like na mkutano ya siasa na after that imefanyika mkutano ya siasa ukijiita inafai kwa game also 1 to 2 years na realize tu venye unataka, because uwe ina drain, it drains your energy, your aspiration, everything. Yeah, sana ukinyang'anywa ticket ama ukiambiwa bado time uko nayo. So nilikaa chini nikasema with the energy that niliambiwa niko nazo and my age pia, let me not get into politics sana, hata nifanye biashara zangu zingine niendelee na maisha. That's when nika realize without politics I can do without politics, I can live without politics, as much as I believe I'm a leader. Exactly. Na watu wanakuanga stuck kwa politics ni politicians, not leaders. Exactly. So
okay.
I was a good dancer, I knew how to exit the stage. Yep.
But in that experience, what is your opinion on youths in politics? Do you think there's a chance for an aspiring young person that wants to get into leadership, because politics, to change where they're coming from? Maybe they're seeing something inafanyika penye wanaishi na wanasema hii inaweza tu change nikiingia kwa government or politics. What is their future? Unaona kuna nini kweli ama bado?
Let me say their future is ripe, and if they believe on themselves, yes, they can bring a change. Now the only problem is that if I talk about the youths, I think wazazi wetu ukosea mali fulani. Let me just start with that, because our parents don't believe in ourselves as youths. They believe that ukipata hii kiti ama this position, you're gonna change yourself, their self-interest. Utawa wasichana wengi, utafanya nini na utasaidia. So they believe the old generation. That's why we keep on bringing on those old people into leadership. And I'll just answer that before we get into the main point. Get to question yourself that to ask yourself, that mbona kwa CS, even after this whole Gen Z thing, mbona kwa CS, as much as the president aliweza kusema kuwa that nitakaa chini niongee, then I'll bring other leaders or other politicians. Mbona kwa CS ukiangalia, there's no anybody that I can call a youth. Experience tuko nayo. We have experience. You've gone to school, we know. And if it's about experience, if we don't have experience, then we'll take it from that, because you can't gain experience from what you're not been doing, right? You are an host. For you to be a best host, you must get that experience each and every day, each and every day, each and every day. I'm a corporate MC. For me to get that experience, lazima nikuwe naifanya repeatedly, right? Yes. So I think youths have that time, and this is their time, by the way. Saini time yao kachini kujua the direction you go happy, because if they are not going to do that, kuna generation inakuja alpha. If Gen Z ndo wako hivi sasa, alpha itakuwa moto sana. So youths, hii ndio time yao wachukue center stage, wapiganie what is theirs. Yes.
Okay, I think that is well said. Sasa kuna ile nini, because when kwa competition lazima one person wins and the other person, like there's only one winner, right? And the other person learns, not loses. Sasa venye wewe sasa, I think maybe this is the last nini on politics. That venye sasa wewe uliambiwa you have to step down because you're younger, nini. How did the community take? Because ulishastoka, umetoa mpaka poster, watu wamejua unasimama, alafu sasa unarudi kunini.
Support mtu mwingine.
Community litekaje? Ama your friends or...
The good thing, and that's why it never affected me, let me say, almost 80% of my energy or whatever. Because nikitokea that nda kusimama, the same issue ilitokea. About siku kuambiwa tukae kando. So I think ni venye mtu anatokanga anakujanga anasema I have this inspiration, and the community also accepted, because also siku nimefanya that serious campaign. Ilikuwa tu ni awareness, create awareness.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think the community pale ilisema huyu kijana wetu, na kama mimi nimefanyika, it's okay, because community sikuwa nimefikia, let me say kulingana na statistics zangu sikuwa nimefikia even 50%.
Okay.
Yes, because that time you're using something called a digital campaign. A digital campaign is whereby mtandao kwanza ikujue, because mtandao inakuwa fununu ya kwanza, and then the community kujue. So kila mtu anakutana na mimi, Kerry mkineno ni ukweli, yes ni ukweli. Yeah, but ndawaita tuweze kuzungumza ama ndeza kuwatembelea.
Okay.
Yeah, so the community, yes they were aware, but again walishtuka tu nimepotelea mali. Yes. I think they had some questions. Maybe I'm not serious. Maybe something happened. But all that...
Anyway.
Exactly.
But unaona, kuna interview I watched of an MP venye anasema how campaigns are so expensive. Something like that. Because there's a time after the Gen Z's taking up... After this Gen Z's revolution and stuff, there's a time there was a suggestion that if young people decide to send money to a specific person, they can be able to get money to help them campaign. And then this other person is saying campaign is not as cheap as we think. Even as we are trying to push young people to get into these seats, is money going to be an interest for them? Because enyewe zile pesa zilikuwa zinamwagwa kwa campaign si kidogo.
Yes, and that's why inasikianga election is not a one day event. Now election is a process. And it's something that will never wake up. Like election 2027, when elect 2027 January, you tell us that you want to vie. Personally, as a political analyst and blogger, I'll tell you, you're lying to yourself. Exactly. You must have that program. Also, if it's about financial issues, yes, election drains, and if you're not ready, utauza gari, utauza nyumba, utakopa. At the end of that, kuna madeni mingi. So with the youths, what I can just tell them is that, and you know why the election drains financially is because what I call a mentality that I'll only listen to you, ukinipea kitu kidogo. Or even after you talking, utaweza kufanya nini? Utaweza kutoa kitu kidogo. And that's why we go wrong as Kenyans and as our parents. Those earlier millennials. That's why we go wrong. Because unaweza pata kijana ako na leadership skills ako sawa, mtaani, anaka kitu. But anagopa kusimama because anadua campaign. No. And then he or she also fears that nikianza kuweka story na rambe ina nini, because remember election posters lazima zikuwe, merchandise lazima zikuwe. these all cars, campaign cars, lazima zikuwe for creating awareness and also for coming cross, lazima zikuwe. Unaona? And then in election period ndio marambe zinakuanga mingi. So lazima ukuwe na hiyo pake, we call them pake. Hiyo tumekanga tu hii ni fundraising. Nikipata rambe mali nimeitwa naweza na hii. So election drains na inataka pesa. Mtu kama MCA 2022 I think checking on wale MCA walisimama on a serious note fanya statistic or the research that we did or I did mwenye alitumia pesa kidogo sana alitumia 800k.
Where?
800k. He never made it.
That's when 800k yake imeenda tu hivyo.
Imeenda maji, imekunywa maji. But good thing with that pia at least alitokeza so yeah, but alikuwa number 3. Yeah.
It's a good, at least watu wamemjua.
Yes.
Okay, now into blogging and journalism, especially now that you're talking, umesema hapo unaongea kama political analysis.
Yeah.
You're analyzing politics.
Yeah.
So that means you speak about that on your post, vitu kama hizo. With everything that is going out, you don't feel, how do you deal with the risk of speaking truth to power? Because now that brings, there is something you're going to say that it will offend someone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now the risk has been there. The risk has been there not only in this regime, but also in the current regime. Remember, back then, that is 2022, the last election. Let me say I was at risk because now after that whole thing happened here, political party now, I came back now again to do to be a blogger, political blogger for a certain candidate. Yes, and because of what had happened, I will not also utter or call his name and his or her name. So the risk has been there, and wanasema if you can't risk, then you can't make it. So we always sisi ni watu tunafanya kazi but tunajua hiyo risk iko. Anytime any day unaweza bishwa mlango, anytime any day unaweza patwa mali fulani uchukuliwe. Yes, but say the risk is the most something that is as elevated from hii regime ilikuwa at least ilikuwa unaweza patiwa unaweza samoniwa at least in a diplomatic way unapigiwa simu because the other day nilipigiwa simu
unaambua pia
exactly natuka pia I remember it was about a certain blog that tulieka so nilieka and then there's someone by the name Baliam alieka pia and then someone else alieka so wakaanza kutafuta wakanichukua kwanza wakifuata that sequence so but sasa unasikia a lot of bloggers wanapotelea tu hivyo they vanish exactly
sasa imenini sana
sasa imepanda juu sana but in blogging most kwa politics if you want to concentrate on the risk you not do the work remember you're doing the work and the person you're working for is also having his or her opponent exactly
make me understand. I think I'm mixing. So it's kama wewe ni political blogger, right?
Yeah.
You are blogging about general politics, ama you're working for a certain politician or a certain person.
In your office. So I do both.
Okay.
Exactly. I do both. I blog for a certain politician and also I do general blogging concerning politics, leadership, how it should be, how my view should be taken. Exactly.
How does blog, because maybe I had this wrong, like mimi nilikuwa nimejua. So how does blogging for a certain politician looks like? Unamka unasema I'm just trying to understand.
I'll answer that.
Because mimi nadhani like a political like sasa ni kama tu blogging generally. Unamka tu unasema what is happening in regards to politics. But now when it comes to like you're working for a specific person.
Okay. Now with that what you're trying to describe, that's being a keyboard warrior. Whereby you wake up and you're just possessed with this person. No, that's being a keyboard warrior. And even the person you're working for will just check like, jamaa kazi. Exactly. Every time you turn fresh. That's being a keyboard warrior. Now, being a blogger. Because being a blogger is whereby, before, for example, you're a politician. You want me to do for you this work. Now, before we even start, you must have a conversation. How much will you be making as your payment? How do you want me to be blogging for you? And then from your end also, you'll want to know about my conversions. Because in blogging, you don't just blog without the conversions, the next conversions, and also the experience. Exactly. Right. So there's that deep, it's much deeper about being a blogger and being a keyboard warrior. Keyboard warrior unajua utakuandika tu hapo hashtag tano fresh unaachia hapo.
Kama sisi sasa ni keyboard warriors.
Yeah.
Sisi ni keyboard warriors, guys.
Exactly. But being a blogger, you must have your audience. You must know the perfect timing of your audience. Exactly. And also you must know the conversions of your audience.
Okay.
And you must also have the ability to at least to get to know the environment of things. You can't be blogging for us for your politician that maandamano. That you're being a keyboard warrior.
Okay.
So being a blogger, it's very deep, and it needs somebody who is able to do it professionally. Yes. And about that is about if you want to blog for someone, more so in this, let me say, as a politician now, because I'm a political blogger, you'll always be blogging to him or her on about special issues. Pengine mpena basari. You had an issue that maybe you may speculate, memoribia jina, so you're trying to mold it back. As much as itakuwa ni yeye alifanya, you're trying to mold it back.
But hey,
Get
okay.
that?
Yeah, I'm
So
getting what I'm saying.
when kama defensive team yake.
I'm getting what you're saying.
Exactly.
But so, because now I don't know, maybe I had a wrong idea of a political blogger. It's good that you're educating me, because now that is not my field. But sasa tuseme tu sasa. Tusema, now the person you're blogging for. Tuseme sasa, for example, honorable someone and someone you're blogging for, right? Wewe mwenyewe unajua tu vizuri. Mtu hakuna kitu anafanya kwa ground. Na wewe, cause unaangalia payments pia, si ndio ameamua kukulipa vizuri.
Exactly.
Sijakuwa nikifanya hii. Labda kwa budget tumeangalia budget walitoa pesa ya basari. But hiyo pesa watu hawajaiona. Alafu anakuambia, shika hii, andika tumepeana basari nini vitu kama hizo.
Now, remember, at first, okay, let me say having the integrity on your end now as a political blogger. So it depends the kind of personality that you want to deal with. Exactly. You as a blogger, as a political blogger, client wako ni nani? So that will answer you like client wako ni mtu fulani but afanyangi kazi lakini unamtetea. So hapo ni kama unajidanganya.
Basi sasa si wewe unalipwa.
But because of that interest, ndio tuko na ile interest. Mimi nataka kulipa na kulipa.
Wewe anakulipa, wewe andika.
So mimi ni kwenda nayo. Exactly. So tuko ni challenge, hata mseme challenge tu ya shughuli. Challenge ya kazi.
Sasa ukipata na nini kama hiyo unadu? Niseme sasa mimi ni
okay, mimi sijaipatana na such clients. Exactly. Sijaipatana na such clients.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, na scenario sasa nakupea scenario. Mimi ni MCA wa ward fulani, si ndio? Sasa ubaya pia.
Hujatengeneza barabara.
Tuseme sijatengeneza barabara na budget nayo tumepata hapa. Budget champion ametuambia budget ilitolewa hii amount ya hii barabara. Ndio. Watu wanajua, ground inajua hii pesa ilitolewa. Alafu sasa tunajua wewe ni blogger, umegnini watu wanakujua kama political, cause hii inamaanisha pia watu wanatafuta news kutoka kwako, cause unajua wewe ndio political blogger, si ndio? Unakuja unapata hapo maandika MCA June used this amount to construct a road in nini, lakini watu wanajua tu hiyo barabara na iko. In that scenario.
That man is very challenging because of late watu wako macho mbaya sana. Wajaribu kuambia hii pesa ilitumika mali fulani, mtu anatoka tu hapo kwa comment section akweke kila kitu waziwazi. So again, hapo ni jukumu yako kama blogger pia kuona vile unaweza cheza na such issues. Yeah, because these people ni wenye tuna interact nao si kwa simu, tuna interact nao one on one. Naambia imeweza pia kidogo pale. Naona imelemea huko because they do check like hey, your comment you comeniguza. How should we react on this? So it's a bit there's that challenge on that whereby you blog too, but it's not delivering. Yes. Now for you to come that challenge, I think unakuwa tu mtakuwa na principles zake. Exactly.
Ulisema integrity,
Exactly.
Guys, unaona hiyo ni possible kweli? Like niseme tu sahi saki kutaja jina akuje aseme ametoa hii pesa ya kutengeneza, alafu unajua tu hajatengeneza, alafu unaona Kerry ako hapo anaandika majamaa muone hiyo barabara MCA ametengeneza. Anyway, we just having
it's possible, but because now kuna watu zingine inabidi unachana ya.
Okay. I'm looking for now other things on Sasa. How, as a political blogger, this is now me assuming, right? How does political bloggers help the community? Because now it's like you are in contact with an MCA that is might not be delivering to the community. Na wewe uko na hiyo. So at one point, is there that urge of connecting, like being like, you know what I'm saying, between the community and this MCA as a blog?
Is there any bridge? Let me start with the yes. There's that, because most it works for that connection, that quick connection works for the keyboard warriors. Exactly.
Tuta keyboard warriors, guys. Au kuna jina ingine unaweza Twitter.
Cause unajua keyboard warrior ni postingi.
Na sasa sisi ndio tuko hapo kukuambia hiki tumepost ni uongo. Hakuna barabara. And then you see, if without us you could be lying to people.
It's true.
Yes.
But again, and that's what I'm saying, it's more easier for a keyboard warrior to connect with a specific politician. Because najua ni atakuwa kierere ya kupost kila kitu. Barabara hajatengenezwa nini.
No, I'm asking
let me say si kierere, but ni akona hiyo urge.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But for us political bloggers and bloggers, yes, there's that change that can happen between CC and the connection that we have with the specific politician. So yeah, let me say yes, but at a certain percentage. Yeah.
But yeah, because me, I was looking at it as an opportunity to really, if you're a blogger, you're also coming from this community, and you have like a way of meeting this person MCA because you're working for him or blogging for him. It's like a way of channeling what people in this community are saying that he's not doing or that he should do better or stuff like that. That was just my opinion. If I was a blogger, yes, but I'm not. I'm a keyboard warrior, guys. Anyway, enough of politics now and what you do. Though I'll still come back to it and ask you some reflection on what you think. You said, you talked about Kerry Kaka Arena.
Yep.
What is that?
Now, Kerry Kaka Arena, they just stated earlier on, it's a brand. Now, with this brand, we have different, let me put them, we have different catalogs.
Okay.
We have Kerry Kaka cloth line. And in Kerry Kaka cloth line, it works, or it more so into printing of t-shirts.
Okay.
And designing of merchandise. Yes, and then we have also Kerry Kaka jersey stores.
Kerry Kaka?
Jersey stores.
Jersey stores.
Yes. Ukumbuka hizo zote ziko na Kerry Kaka Arena. So Kerry Kaka Arena ni kama agency. Exactly.
So Kerry Kaka Arena.
Yeah, hiyo ni kama umbrella.
Alafu sasa chini ya Kerry Kaka.
Tuko na Kerry Kaka cloth line.
Cloth line.
Yes. So Kerry Kaka cloth line, and then you have Kerry Kaka jersey stores. Exactly.
Okay.
So whereby if you want a jersey, you must order first. Give us what you want, how it should be printed, or if it's not going to be printed, your location, and they will deliver that. Yes, and then I think those let's go to kwa Kerry Kaka. And then Kerry Kaka now itself, Kerry Kaka, the main agenda for Kerry Kaka, it's let me say for updates, and also we have other business too, in terms of we're into adverts more so, and also in influencing other brands. Yes, and also being in partnership with other brands, companies, and firms too.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, before hata tuendelee hapo, nimeenda tu kutafuta hiyo nini ya Kerry Kaka Arenas. Guys, I don't know. Your tagline, What's your tagline?
Now,
No, what is your tagline? I want you to say it.
ilikuwa ibadilishwe.
No, what is your tagline?
Your babe's favorite.
Okay.
Yeah, but I've been having plans kuibadilisha.
Wacha kwanza before tuende kwa hii inabadilishwa. Tuongelee hii yenye iko kwa sasa. What led to you having your tagline is your babe's favorite?
Oh. This question is okay, Kerry, hiyo ikikuja kwanza because if you can see the logo, iko na that mic. Yes. So that was my tagline on as an MC. Right?
Yeah.
Exactly. So hiyo ilikuwa tu ni kama tuko.
So hiyo ndio ulianza nayo when you're starting MCing.
Exactly.
So that you are you are someone's favorite when you're MCing.
Mwembe tu. Mwembe tu.
Okay.
Yeah.
So right now you're working on changing it.
Of course I should.
To what? Do you have like a tagline in mind?
Let me say I have various taglines, but the reason why I've not changed it yet, there's something I need to do on that logo itself and also now bring the entire change. Yes. So I'm still working on that and then get to know about the taglines too. So hii taglines, but inalitanga shida sana.
No, mi nilikuwa tu nataka kuuliza.
But unaletea shida, even not only to you but also generally.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sasa what inspired you to start that brand?
Okay, what inspired me to start Kerry Kaka Arena? One is because I wanted to be my own boss. Exactly.
So from being a political aspirant.
Yes. Remember, these ambitions started even before me.
Yes, I remember.
Exactly. Yeah.
I remember. Okay.
So I wanted to be my own boss, and then also because of employment issues, I wanted to bring on an idea whereby I can achieve something with my ideas. The creativity that I have, I can achieve something.
Okay.
Exactly. Yes, and also had an ambition whereby now at least kind of a legacy that maybe one day or one time I'm gone. No, that Kerry Kaka ilikuanga. Yes. So it was about being self-employed and also about the ambitions. Yes.
So looking at you from the political aspect where I know once you aspired to be a leader or a politician, they're the same right now. A leader or a politician at that time.
A politician.
Yes, a politician at that time to now seeing maybe, okay, this is not my field anymore because of the politics that is in there.
Yeah.
To becoming a political blogger and analyst, to now becoming like owning a brand. It's like a journey you've walked, identifying different things. So how did you now, because it's like you're stepping from a politician to a political blogger, journalist, to now a brand that is now into business. It's like walking a journey. Sometimes there is like that young person that is mixed up on what to do. So how did you come to finally think, okay, this is what really works for me?
Now, as you have just put it, that there's that confusion at times that we as young people, we are not ready to get to know what I want to do. I'm still confused on that level. Now, personally, as Kerry Kaka, that is now from politics to business, because this is business now.
Yes, business.
Yes. After politics, there's that time. There's that grace period. You need to sit down and then reflect back. Now, what you want to do, how you want to do it with people, and why you want to do it. So, yes, it took at least some period of time for me now to settle down on a specific or on business. Yes, but with that also, you need also to engage yourself with the people who have been into that business. Be it like for printing, branding, and all that. You need to get engaged with them, right? And also you need to be in an environment whereby you know that if I drown into this business, it will be at least good for me. Yeah, and it will give me what, the profit that I want. It will give me what I need, exactly. So it takes a lot of time. So if you know where you have come from, where you are and where you are going. Hizo vitu tatu saidia mtu sana. Yes, because kuna wale wanaamka tu wanasema anataka kuwa kama Kerry Kaka. Yeah, na nafanywa design ya logo, kila kitu inakuwa sawa, and I've seen a lot of corporate MCs, corporate artists, yeah, but at another level unapatana amepotea. Huyu jamaa kuwa na ambition. Yes. But unaona mtu kama Kerry kaka from politics amejoin business. Exactly. So lazima pia ukuwe na that time. Ujipatie that time, ujite mkutano, useme okay, nilikuwa kwa siasa na siasa imeenda hivi na hivi na hivi. Now I need now to get into biashara. Remember, this is business now. Yeah. Politics is also business, but it's different.
It's definitely business.
So, politics utaekelea, wakati wa siasa utaekelea.
Unangoja tax za watu urudishe.
2 years unakula yako kwanza, 3 years. I mean, unakula 3 years.
Wengine anakula hizo 5 zote. Kerry bibi. Anyway, yes.
Yeah. So, ni ile tu unakuwa na kitu inaitwa lazima ukae chini ujite mkutano and ukue mtoko at least amejipanga. Sasa kama mtu anasema yule kijana amejipanga. Si kujipanga hapana, ni kujipanga like unajua
kitu anataka.
Exactly. Italetea kitu fulani. Ikienda point B itanipeleka mahali fulani. Yes. And that's also life.
Yeah, but that takes a lot of not giving up, and sometimes as young people giving up, it's likely for us to give up easily on the way, because hiyo journey utaka kukua hii ukakosa ukamboe bado you're young, going back to the community as a person that has failed from being a politician now to starting. So there is that period of giving up. So what made you not to give up from?
My biggest, let me say, the person who I inspire most is my mom.
Okay. I was really waiting. Where is this woman going to come in this conversation? Okay, now it is. Yes.
That woman inspires me the most. And I think he has really given me the definition of not giving up in life.
Okay.
Exactly. And he has been number one fan wangu. I'm always calling her or referring to her as my advocate.
Okay.
Yeah, because even if I go wrong, she will still stand with me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anajua tagline yako ya nini?
Baby's favorite. Okay, najua hizi shati pia anavaa. Lakini anajua ni ashakuwa sana vanga tu.
Hajaisoma.
Pengine ashaisoma lakini anashangaa jana. Nini?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think giving up to me it has been a narrative that I think I've not indulged with. In my dictionary or vocabulary, giving up yuko hapo.
Haiko kabisa.
Mi hujua design nimelelewa ghetto na zile lifestyle ya ghetto na ile life mepitia ghetto. I think kwa niangu hakunanga ku give up. Hakuna ku give up. Exactly. You only give up if it's your last breath. But about giving up, hakuna. Yeah.
That's because now you're also like a fan of King Kaka.
Yeah.
One of King Kaka's, that's one thing we share in common. One of King Kaka's words or favorite things he says that impossibility is a myth. So I think that's why you're not giving up.
Yeah.
Guys, I was just reflecting back. Anyway, so if now you've talked about your mother being your source of inspiration that made you somehow not give up in your journey. For someone that is listening and they are finding it difficult, okay, they have said they're not giving up. They have that person that is supporting them, but they're finding it difficult to choose. Because when you answer, you are good at a lot of things. You started corporate MCing, there is script writing, there is poetry, but now focusing on one thing. Because at one point you can't do everything. Yeah. So how do someone get to know this is it? This is what Niki focus up and I'm kini support, guys. Yeah.
Now I think it's very easy for an individual to get to know I'm good in this. I can manage this and I cannot do this because of this reason. Yeah. I think also it's good to get to know, also to associate yourself with the friends who can tell you that Kerry unaweza kufanya comedy moja hatari. Kerry yenyewe wewe ukishika mic unaua kuua. Those are friends who because at the end of the day lazima ukae chini uanze kumark ile register yako ya siku. Unajua kila siku inakuwa na register yake. So mark watu wale wananiambia naweza hiki kitu. Sasa nitaipatia tena time. Pata. kama niambia wewe uwezi awe kuimba achana nayo pengine kuna kukejeli it was just a joke yeah so give it a try so mimi the reason why me at least me get to know I'm very good in mic is because of let me say not only because of the gigs because gigs ziko kadhaa but because of let me say let's say it's a trust or on how I've been doing it because mimi nikitoka kwa mic nataka ni rekodiwe alafu nisikie so ndakuwa na usiku nikienda kulala lazima niangalie hapa niliblanda get but unapata ukitoka kwa mic mtu anakuambia hapa narudi kwa mic tena and it has been tukiwa kwa event unapata almost 80% rudi kwa mic tena unaweza and I've been trying it with about story ya MC nimejaribu now nilikuwa nataka tu at least kujua how good or bad I am so kuna day fulani tulikuwa event it was a event for almost a week so nikapatia mtu mwingine mic na mimi nikakaa nikajaribu kujua what could be the issue but again you get that unaambiwa bana ndio shika mic nini hapo siachia mtu mwingine so it's about wewe kujijua unataka nini kwa life because this life you can be good in football but it's not paying for example exactly so before you having that standard choice of I'm good in acting is it paying
so tuangalie pia the money aspect
exactly
okay
is it paying
okay
and that brings you to the question that will is mbona niliacha acting haiko nalipa
Kerry ako na movies deadly hapo YouTube bado ziko by the way ndio
bado ziko
ndazi lazima nitatafuta kanini fulani kamoja hapo alafu tuweke kwa hii video watu
exactly.
Yes
it's not paying
okay
yes it's not paying and also after you checking that I'm good in something you must check the word I've said that is it paying what is it bringing on the table for me and how will it connect to sustainability
yes
itakusustain for how long exactly kuna kitu utafanya at least itakusustain for 2 months hiyo itakusaidia truth be told itakusaidia after 2 months utafanya
rudisha yangu
ndio hiyo sasa so for those youths that bado wako na ile wako confused I'll just add them wakae chini wajue unataka kufanya nini yes next utafanya mtoto wako atakula because now ukifanya kitu lazima ujue you have also your parents kuna watu wana depend kwako exactly so it's not about just doing something because I like I was also a dancer why am I not dancing dance kibende at kama kina legends kama kina Calvin Shikuku they can tell you energy ilikuwa but at the end of the day I let it kitu so namwa acha nipatie time yangu kitu fulani because it's bringing something on the table yes so yes you can be you can be good in something but again is not bringing the energy back not reciprocating the energy back so youths wanapaswa kuangalia on that aspect yes Moso wanacheza football. Better change. Better change.
Football.
Ya Kenya, better change.
What? Why are you against Kenyan football?
Haipeleki watu mali.
Okay.
That tuko too realistic.
This is not my real face.
Not unless uko na Godfather. Exactly. Exactly.
But I saw
or even I can give you an example. Tuko 2025 with your sub. I'll just give an assignment. Go and check those who are playing football. And then same month next year kuja uniambie hailipi football hata tuonge tu
kwani watu wagora walipi
hata nisingilia hapo
anyway I was kuna movie if this movie akina feel click bang watch click bang
I think
okay watch click bang it brings the history of Kenyan somehow mimi you understand somehow it brings the struggles of talent how young people that has talent wanna struggle to a point now they resolve to crime because ukiangalia movie there was a very talented footballer hapo alikuwa anacheza football fit and then siku nao anapata sponsor two people from the team alikuwa anachezea mtu mwenye sasa anajuana na mtu ndiye anachukuliwa who is not even good alafu huyu mwenye talent iko juu anaachwa and then now because huwa mwana dream imekufa anaingia into anyway I was just, maybe I don't have
But it's the
anything
same thing
against
that
Kenyan
happens.
football. I was just saying.
Where I come from or where nimelelewa Mathare, the same thing that happens.
Okay.
Tumepotezama watu wa deadly sana football because of crime. And that's why in my mind, muchukulia football hailipi. And this also is not a talent
Sema
that...
Kenyan football.
Exactly, Kenyan football to be specific. And also, it's something that I will not advise anyone, at least to base his time on. Because I've seen it. Mimi nikigrow tulikuwa na footballers wa deadly sana. But again, wasikia aliuliwa. Why? Not even that. Juzi nimesikia mwingine ameuliwa. Just recently, last month. Unapata. So, ni kama tunafanyika.
Yeah.
If you don't know someone who knows someone,
It's very hard.
you'll know yourself.
Go away with talent.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's talent generally or just football talent. Anyway, hizo sasa ni kikuingilia. But now, because now you are now, right now, from what I get, you're juggling two things at the same time.
Yeah.
You are like a political blogger and like a business person owning Kirikaka Arena that has a clothes brand, a jersey brand. So how do you find the time to do these two things? Because sasa even we are going towards election. I know political blogging will be on hit. Right now utapata maybe clients watano hivyo wanataka utudanganye. And now we also have like so how do you juggle those?
Now you've just stated that we are going to that season. Exactly.
Ya kudanganywa.
Mtu aliuliza jana umepotea sana in that platform ya Mathare chukua la siasa. I told you I'm not doing politics. No, you Kerry nikamwambia yes. Na tunaelekea siasa nikamwambia mimi sitaki siasa kabisa. So answering your question, this is a matter of wewe kujiprogram. Yes. Because hata mtu anakuhire wewe kumfanyia bloggings. For you to make that person kwa serious na wewe mwambie I'll be doing, my schedule is from this part to this part, from this time to this time. Exactly. This is my work. I've been doing my work on this schedule. Nimekuwa nikifanya blogging either Wednesday or Thursday. Ukikubaliana ni sawa. Usipokubaliana pia ni sawa. Remember this business you're talking about, something it has been there. Exactly. I've invested in business. So start a biashara yaribike because anapigania mtu akona interest zake. Get that?
Yeah.
So lazima hizi hesabu pia upige. That is if you know mali biashara yako inakupeleka. Because kuna watu wengi sana biashara zimepotea juu ya siasa. Exactly. Ameconcentrate sana kwa siasa, akirudi client wote wameenda. Wamekimbia kuna hata moja. Yeah, because I concentrate kwa siasa either ya 6 month campaign period and all that. Na pia na amerudi ule mtu alikuwa anapigania pia ameanguka. Unaona? So it's like double trouble. Exactly. So and that's why I told you they are different between keyboard warrior and a blogger. I'll repeat that. Because a keyboard warrior utamcontrol. Wewe kama mheshimiwa utamcontrol. Kwanza utatuma PA wako ampigie simu. Weka. That's a keyboard warrior. Okay, I'm talking that because I've been a keyboard warrior for...
So you were a keyboard warrior before being...
Kitambo huko, Kitambo huko nilikuwa keyboard warrior.
Now you're looking at us
But sikuchukua sana, niligraduate haraka. Ilikuwa 2 months. Ile pressure ilikuwa hapo. Keyboard warrior anakuwa na pressure. Yeah, cause wewe ni ka spanner boy. Ndio lete hii fanya. Ndio pige picha hii.
Guys, tena tumeitwa spanner boys.
But a blogger, ini when mtu professional. That's why inasema I will not call them politicians, I do call them clients. They are my potential client. So, mimi ndo ni get engagement na wewe lazima tukae chini. Not your PA, wewe mwenyewe. Exactly, because I'm doing it for you, not your personal assistant or a personal aid. Exactly. I must come to you, have a meeting. I told you, me as Kerry Kaka, this is how I do my work. How na tumefanya kazi yangu. These are the conversions that you'll get. You get? This is what I'll do, and this is not what I'll not do. Now that's a world of profession. And being at least civilized, whereby you can give a voice. Person who called you your boss or person who wants to be your boss, at least also have that reasoning with him. Yeah, nitakuwa nafanya hivi na hivi. Terms and conditions. Lazima uwe na terms and conditions na policies pia. As a political blogger or any professional blogger, lazima uwe na terms and conditions. Don't just work like you wake up, work. Wesi punda. So that's why nakwambia ni easy sana kubalance. Because mimi na wewe ni mweshi. nakwambia mwa ishi hivi ndio unanihitaji, right? Yes. So my prize ni this is my prize. This is what I do. If I do it, this is how I'll be doing it and how I'll be handling your issues. And then I'll listen to you.
Okay.
If utakubaliana na terms and condition, well and good. Right? Tunaandikiana. Exactly. I don't have a lawyer, but nakuanga na witness maybe.
No, ongea tu hapa hivyo naitwa tu kibodorious. Mimi unajua niko na lawyer.
Kibodoria.
Anyway,
yeah.
Now, this is a light question. That one means you are organized, right? Like you have like unajua you unapofanya hivi business yako. Do you have like employees when you work now ama ni 1 month's business?
Oh, okay. Ukishafika age fulani. Okay, from me, because I melelewa Mathare. So nilan kuwa organized nikiwa kijana mdogo sana.
Umelelewa wapi?
Mathare.
Alafu lilan
kuwa organized nikiwa kijana mdogo sana.
Okay.
From the word go. That is from kuamuka, unajua unafahamuke ufike shule masaa fulani. Hapo ndio the word kuwa organized naanzanga. Exactly. Right? Una shule na uniform safi si chafu. Exactly. And then so unaanza kuelevate through different classes of you being organized. How do you manage yourself? Sorry, nilifika leo kwa interview, kwa podcast late. Yeah, because of
actually,
inconveniences.
Alifika late, guys. Alifika 2 hours late. Yes.
Yeah, but kwa organized now in life, because now that's the primary part of it. You being organized.
Yes.
From the word umezaliwa, unasoma, that's primary. Now in tertiary level of being organized is you now getting to know that because it depends with how your day starts and how you program your day. And somebody said that you cannot be claiming of changing the world if you don't change yourself. And you changing yourself first, ukiamuka hiyo kitanda, tengeneza. Spread your bed. Hapo utakuwa unajua I'm very organized. It starts by the little things that you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
So being organized in tertiary level, it means that you're organized and, for example, you're a business person. You have a number of employees. You know those who you work with. Yes, exactly. And you know how to deal with them. Yes. So with Kerry, let me say, you have a number of employees. Yeah.
Okay. So you are a boss.
Let me not put it like that. Spend it with your boss.
Sorry, boss.
I'm the boss one because they bring something.
Okay, yeah. Okay. There was a point I was driving at. If you've listened, if you got the point, you got the point. Kerry is a young person, grew in Mathare. He's organized. He started being organized from a young age. So, young people are organized. But as a Kerry, looking at, I don't know why, I don't, something just keeps bringing me back to your political side. Young people from Mathare are known to being used by politicians during the political campaign period, either to create chaos or something like that. What is your opinion?
Yes, big yes. Young people, let's talk about young people in Mathare first. Yeah. Before getting also young people in Nairobi or other areas. Let us focus on Mathare, to be specific. Now, young people in Mathare, we are being used. Let me just put myself also into them. We are being used with the so-called politicians for their political gain. One, we're being used because you're there to just to ride on. Like, where you are very available. Very available. Ukipiga hata simu saa 6 usiku. Kesho kuna mahali tunakwenda. Aulizangi nenda kufanya nini? Unaulizanga kuna maziwa. Kuna maziwa. Of course kuna maziwa itakutoa. Hujui unaenda kufanya nini? Hujui unaenda kuvuruga watu ama nini? Hapana. So that's why these politicians have gotten it easier to use these young people, sorry. Because one, wanajua they're not employed. Unaona? Ukipatiwa thao, you can do anything because of that thao. Unajua thao inakujanga after umedeliver. So you can do anything. Pata thao. We are heading to election period. The same question that you have asked is that if you are heading to election period, how young people are being used. You know, sort of even your best friend wa Mathare akujui sasa because amekuja kuvuruga. So I think it's because of also the mentality that we have that hatuwezi disimamia, lazima wanasiasa akuwe kama godfather wetu. That's what has messed us as young people in Mathare. Yeah, and we need to take a U-turn and think like without this politician tunaweza fanya kitu. Yeah, we can at least have the creativity part of us, do something, think of business, do something. With that, first tutakuwa busy. Mjama atakuwa na time yako. Kwambia tutoke kesho nenda biashara yangu. Kwa hiyo utakubali kuacha biashara yako.
Yeah.
Uende upate thao. Na pengine biashara yako inakuletea more than hiyo thao. Unaona? Exactly. So ni kuwa idle na pia accept kutumika. Yeah, but at least we can change because at least sai kuna wale wana change na imesaidia sana. I think the NGOs kwa mtaani wamesaidia sana pia on that change because at least they bring them on board, tell them how they're supposed to handle themselves, how they're supposed to take on the leaders, and also the benefits of them not only being a voter but also an individual kujisimamia. So big up or big tune to also the NGOs. Exactly.
Okay, I had to get that. You've said what happens and what you think now young people should do. And Kerry is saying that if we get ourselves occupied with what we love doing, amesema talent, not football though. Amesema talent, the creative, because we are like creative, and young people are doing a lot of things in Mathare. We have different programs that are working with young people in Mathare, and you see what they are doing. They have different initiatives. So if you continue having those initiatives that keeps young people busy, I think it will be a way of not having them participate in creating chaos during the political campaign era that is coming. And I hope it's going to be different right now that we know what it can really lead to. Kerry, I'm almost coming to an end.
All right.
Someone might be watching and they're getting lessons because venye tulianza from venye umezaliwa huku Mathare kusoma and stuff like that, and now identifying what you want to be good in and even getting the courage to vie for a seat. Ulikuwa old your time at a young age. Let me just say.
That's when ulikuwa Gen Z.
Let us say at a young age, yeah, right? Kabisa. 18 forever at a young age. It takes courage, right? For someone to even stand and say, I want to take this post of being a leader with the current competing with people that have already been there, because najua hiyo time kulikuwa na MCA mwenye alikuwa MCA last term anataka kuwa MCA tena na amekuwa MCA hapo forever. Yeah. So hiyo it takes courage. Yep. For a young person that is watching and might be listening and wants the courage that you had to aspire, take the step of saying I want to be a leader of this world, to even after being told you cannot be a leader now because you're young and another person needs to take, to now identifying other things that you can do. Because I know if ingekuwa in other scenarios mtu angeenda vai ambu hawezi agive up akuja inge crime
kabisa ama ende
party ingine ama inge yani something negative.
Yep.
So if someone is looking and wants to be that person that know how to transition from a discouraged dream to identifying other things to do and now being the person you are right now, what would you tell them?
I think it's just very simple. Identify yourself. After identifying yourself, know your strengths, because that in life you have different classes. In life, for you to make it out of the slums, please have something. You must first identify yourself. Kwa wale watu wote kuna Mathare and they have at least another level. They first started by identifying themselves.
Yeah.
Wewe kama mtu fulani, mimi kama Kerry kaka nimeji-identify. Naweza fanya kitu fulani, naweza fanya kitu fulani. Then after identifying yourself, now identification is like a dream.
Okay.
And for you to complete on that dream, you must dare to do it.
Okay.
So you should identify. Go and try. Go and try doing that MCing. Go and try doing that swimming or whatever. Go and try acting. Go and try it. After you have tried it, now at least come back, assemble yourself again, and then now check it at a different angle. Yes, and also tuseme tu ni in everything that you do, confidence, courage will always carry your day. Yes. So ukishajijua unaweza fanya kitu fulani, uko poa mali fulani, kuwa na hiyo confidence, kuwa na hiyo courage, consist on that thing, pige kila saa, ifanye kila siku, kila saa. At time utasikia tu imejipa, utasemanga imejipa, imejipa. But don't say that you're trusting the process and you're very constant at one point or very stagnant. No, that's not the process. Process lazima uamuke ufanye hiyo process una trust.
Yeah.
Exactly. No result itoke. So kusema mimi niko poa sana kwa mic. Exactly. Mimi ni poa sana. Mimi by the ndio nianze story ya mic. Sikuanza ina corporate world, sikuanza kwa event fulani kubwa pana.
Ngona kwa malori huko.
Sasa sikuanza huko.
Okay.
Nilianza kwa disco matanga. Disco matanga mtaa inaongasa Friday and Saturday. Friday nikakimbia. Bado kwa naishi Mathare, nikakimbia, nikaruka gate, nikaenda kulala. Exactly.
Then I'm trying to imagine what I'm seeing in disco matanga looks like.
Exactly. Kwanza disco matanga inakuwa na challenge. Unaweza pigwa na chupa manini. So Saturday nilikuwa nataka kujua kama nimefanya kazi safi ama sijafanya kazi. Si nikalenga hiyo disco matanga. Kidogo natafutu. Mama Kerry. Si yako hapa? Hapa. Nzee tuende tukafanya disco matanga tutakilipa pesa fulani. And then now Sunday nikakaa kujiuliza mbona watu walikuja kanitafuta. So ni kujiidentify. Yeah, you can do the MCing. Start doing it. Sasa mimi nakuanga mpoa sana kurap. Alafu ndio upatiwa mic rap. Utaki kurap. Utaki kuimba exactly. Nakuanga mpoa sana kuandika kwa script writer. You're not doing it. So after identifying yourself, because I believe in identification of you as of a personality is like a dream, and with a dream you have to dare to do it. So identify yourself, try it, and then assemble yourself back, check on how it was. So from those 3 stages utamua we mwenyewe.
Okay.
The choice is always yours as an individual. Yeah. So kanya nazambia my youth, hiyo courage, mko na courage. Hiyo courage mmeendanga nayo kwa gun.
Wow.
Chini.
Kerry.
Exactly.
I didn't see that coming. That did not come from me. Ni Kerry amesema. But what he's saying is important. You cannot trust the process if you don't come up with that process yourself. So your process una trust lazima kuja nayo kwanza ndio uanze kuitrust. What Kerry is saying, after you have identified what you are good in or what you feel like you're good in. First alikuwa anasema try different things. Una feel uko good in swimming, jaribu kuswim, jaribu kucheza piano. Jaribu doing different things and then look at which one you're good in, and then consistency too. Itajipa, but you also have to put in the work. I think that is important for young people to hear. Kerry,
Yep.
I want just to thank you for coming. I think that's like the end. We've learned today nilikuwa tuna kustudy. I know that his name is Kerry Otieno Ochieng.
No, start with Otieno.
Kerry Otieno Ochieng
Itakumaribu.
Magero.
Itakumaribu.
Thank you for coming.
Okay, thanks Sarah. Nimeshukuru sana. That was late and I'm very, very sorry that.
You are late.
Yeah, I'm
2
very sorry.
hours.
Need traffic. Tengeneza barabara expressway tafadhali.
We'll move the studio to where it's more accessible for Kerry next time. But thank you for coming and thank you for sharing your journey from where you started to where you are right now. I hope someone that is listening is a young person. You leave here inspired and go and try out what works for you. That worked for Kerry. Maybe something different might work for you. But in all the journeys, consistency, courage, and trying it out will work in both ways. Thank you again for listening, and thank you for the people that have been watching these videos so far. If you've not watched the previous 2 videos, kindly go and check and leave a comment. Thank you. Until we see you again next time. This is the Urban Online Show, and my name is June.